A chain reactor spin fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From mint coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web readers a tree to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders. Chain
Man, okay. Crazy ass morning. Crazy ass morning. Good morning, guys. Good to see you. Awful Eye GM, Sir Cosmos. GMs. Dude, I can't believe it. Right? We had a fuddy weekend. We get kind of fuddy weekend. Actually, overall, I think it was a pretty fun weekend. Spicy news out of the DeGods. Fuddy in base and fuddy like we've been talking the past few days around influencers in this space. But man, oh man, it's meme coins, it's fungible tokens today that have got me feeling a kind of way. It's such a shit show out there, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyway, good morning, Gravity. Good to see you, man. GMs, welcome to the show. Hey, smash the like if you're watching on X, if you're watching on YouTube, wherever you're watching. Smash the like. Share it with somebody you know that may also like this shit show. And just a heads up, also streaming on Spaces. If you want to hop up, questions, comments, you just want to join the conversation, the Spaces is going on over on my account, Hudah_idiot, over on X. But at the very least, just like. Subscribe if you want to. Whatever. Let's get into it, guys. We got a fun week ahead of us. We really, really do. It's a big week. Some pretty important milestones coming. But it's going to be a fun week. And I think that's ultimately what I'm hoping for. We've got some big conferences going on, and I'll just mention this. Normally during conferences, well, the energy kind of isn't here in the space with traders. It's usually IRL at those events. People having a good time. Token 2049 kicking off in Singapore in 2 days. Man, I know what you're thinking watching this little clip here. Let them have fun. Let them have fun. Let them cook. Actually, we might come back and peek at this video here in a minute. A 10-hour flight with a whole bunch of degens. Can you even imagine? I hope they volunteered. I hope they chose to be on this flight. Because can you imagine? Can you imagine trying to get some sleep or trying to get somewhere and that kicks off? Yeah. Wouldn't be me, man. Token 2049 in Singapore. Again, kicking off in 2 days. In 2 days here. Look, all the big names, all your the founders, the leaders of the space out in Singapore for this, but also not just that event, because also in Singapore coming later in the week is Solana Breakpoint, which is going to be really, really interesting. Solana, it's a completely different story, a different picture there this year as opposed to any year in the past. Just bigger, better. It does look dangerous. People jumping around on the plane. I don't know how safe that is. I don't know how stable they are in the air, but it looks sketchy, man. But Solana Breakpoint. This is what I'm kind of zeroed in on. If Token 49 is 2049 is where the serious stuff happens and the builders and the thought leaders. If that's where the business is happening, this feels more where the degens converge. And not to say there's not great builders on Solana too, but Breakpoint feels like it's going to be a little something different. Solana Focus should be a killer event. I can't wait to see. I hope we get some details about it. And I hope we get some big announcements and big drops that come around it. That used to be one of the most exciting things to come from these conferences. Big announcements. We've had big project announcements here over the past few weeks. And, to some degree, you wonder how many are left. And hope these projects haven't blown their load a little too early before the run really starts. They don't care. They're building. They've got their own timelines. We'll see. Should be a spicy one. Now, for us, get comfy, because we got a big night here tonight. with Donald Trump's World Liberty DeFi plays a bug flying around me. World Liberty DeFi platform, which we still know nothing about, nothing. But it officially launches today. We know that. And we know he'll be kicking it off with his spaces with Farouk from Rug Radio. And that's at his home in Mar-a-Lago. This is interesting because just yesterday, guys, is fucking crazy. Another assassination attempt on Trump. While Farouk was with the Secret Service, like getting checked to actually make it into Mar-a-Lago, it happened right then. Really interesting stuff here. Maybe we dabble on that. Maybe we touch on that today. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But we got an interesting less than 2 months to go till the election takes place. This is a big deal. We'll see exactly what World Liberty is, and is this a big fundamental change and a shift away from banks to crypto? Donald Trump has hinted that it's that. But either way, I'll be tuning into this tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 Central. I may stream it, guys. I might. I know I've said that in the past for debates, right? Or maybe speeches, and I've not done it because they're not crypto focused. This being crypto focused, we might actually stream this tonight. It's a video feed. Should be interesting. I want to watch it. Might just want to do it with you guys. So we'll see. Either way, one way or another, if you're watching me or you're tuning in directly there, you definitely do not want to miss this. Very curious, the special guest. I have a feeling Elon Musk. I have a feeling. So, something to look forward to today. Now, coming later this week, and this is bigger and better than anything else we've mentioned so far, but interest rate cuts are coming, guys. They're coming on Wednesday for the first time since COVID. We're getting rate cuts. Now, what could that mean? Nate Jersey pointing out some really interesting, metrics here in the market. Over $6 trillion in money market funds right now. S&P 500 near an all-time high. Inflation low at 2.5%. Unemployment at 4.2%. And then again, rate cuts the first time since COVID. We got a very, very potentially spicy week ahead of us, guys. I'm really excited for it. Now, the crypto market's been holding up really well over the past few days. We were waiting to see how it performed and held up over the weekend. I would say it's held up pretty darn well. Over 2,300. So we are actually down. Bitcoin down 2.5%. ETH down 4.7%. And Solana down 3%. We'll see. Again, heading into breakpoint, a lot of people think Solana specifically has got a pump. I hope so. Certainly hope so. Gravity, we'll probably come back to this too, but Gravity saying World Liberty going to wreck normies. I don't know if they're going to have a token, though, to be totally honest. I'm not sure. We'll get to that. We'll start speculating away on World Liberty here. Checking out the ETF, starting with Bitcoin, guys. 263 million in inflows. That's on Friday. Big day for inflows, by the way. Big day. Best day in weeks at the very least. On the Ethereum side, 1.5 million in inflows. So nice to see us have another day in the positive. Not so much volume there, but we'll take it. We'll take anything. On the NFT side, guys, 14.1 million in cross-chain sales. Interesting. Both days over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we saw increasing sales volume. We rarely see that on the weekend. I've mentioned that many times here. But especially for a Sunday to be the highest we've seen in probably, guys, 3-ish weeks or so. Very interesting to see if we're picking up momentum here. Yesterday, unique sellers down, unique buyers down, transactions down. Trade profits actually well up, guys. Well up. We were hanging around 500,000 to 1 million in the negative. Yesterday, 273,000. Still in the negative, guys, but heading in the right direction. And you know what? Let me flip to the weekly numbers because those came in and actually looked really decent as well. There you go. You see the last data period ended yesterday about 8 p.m. Eastern time. We finished with 80 million in cross-chain sales, up from the prior week. And actually beating our sales volume from 2 weeks ago. So great to see. Again, the NFT market heading in the right direction here too. We'll skip over buyer-sellers metrics, but I do want to see profits, which on the weekly view also heading the right direction. Still negative 4.7 million, but again, better profits than the prior week. So again, in general, things looking like we're heading maybe to greener pasture here. Certainly hoping so. As far as who's moving the market, man, I'm sure you could have guessed this, but DeGods on Solana sitting on top of the collection rankings here with 1.2 million in sales. It's followed by Mankizuki. I don't think that's a real collection. It's probably wash tradings. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I haven't looked into it yet. But D-Market, cooking all weekend. $3 million in sales yesterday when we looked. So D-Market's absolutely cooking right now. We've got the Utes at number 4. Lux Marathoner, Bored Ape Yacht Club, DeGods on ETH, Solana Monkey Biz, Dogezuki, Guild of Guardians Heroes rounds out your top 10. We'll probably circle back to this when we get to the DeGods conversation because, again, we got big DeGods news. And at this point, 3 of the top 10 collections are all in the DeGods ecosystem. Love to see it. Your top sale in the past 24 hours? No, it's not that autoglyph you're seeing on the screen here. That is a loan over on Gandhi. Decent loan. But your top sale is CryptoPunk 7364. This guy's selling for 33 ETH, which is $78,000. Love to see it. All right, DeGods. This was a big announcement yesterday, a surprise announcement. Bullish, bearish? I don't know. I happen to like the announcement, which is DeGods are going to the 404 token standard. What's a 404? It's a fungible token, and it's an NFT. You hold enough of the fungible token, you get minted an NFT, but if you dip below a certain threshold, your NFT gets burned. I love it. I love how you can gamify this. Now, I'm going to hold this conversation back. We'll circle back. We'll get deeper into how it works, why it matters, is it good, is it bad. But for now, just pointing out, there is a big change in that collection. You can at least see the tokenomics here. 1 DeGod equals 550,000 DeGod tokens. Your Utes only worth 120,000. So Utes are wrecked here. And then each dust is worth 36 DeGods tokens. By the way, Utes and dust are burned. And DeGod is the only thing that really remains as an asset in the ecosystem at this point, other than the DeGods token. So really, really interesting. I feel for the Utes holders most of all. They have some merch that you can instantly use that DeGods token for. Like the merch, gives you a little utility for that token. Is it enough? I doubt it. Hey, we had an update from the Bored Ape Yacht Club over the weekend who kicked off their BAPE collab. This was Season 2. Man, really great merch. Really expensive merch, too. I'm talking shirts and hoodies that cost in the hundreds of dollars. These slides that cost, if I remember correctly, maybe almost $200. I think around $190, whatever. And people eat that stuff up. It wouldn't be me, man. If it were CyberKong's, hey, $150 on a hoodie, I'll do that. But this is next level, and it's really great merch, so probably well worth it if you're in that ecosystem, if you're a Bored Ape kind of guy or gal. So GG's to them. Love to see that. All right, we're going to spend a little more time on fungibles, but like the DeGods conversation, I'm going to circle back to this at the end. Just want to mention, Binance listed some new fungibles, which normally we're going to celebrate. NEIRO, Turbo, and Baby Doge. Yay. I think we would normally be cheering these things, except there seems like quite a bit of fuckery here, guys. The NEIRO token that I know some of us are in, that some of us like, NEIRO on ETH. Well, those are perps that got listed. There's another NEIRO token that got listed instead for spot. Oh my goodness, guys. This token absolutely cooking. And the same with that Baby Doge token. There's a lot of accusations here now talking about insider trading. And we have evidence of that already. You can see, guys, if you're on Spaces, by the way, just know there's a video feed, so you can follow along there. And again, for people watching the video, just know there's a Spaces if you want to hop up and chat. But what we're looking at is some private conversations, some group chats, giving people a 24-hour heads up about the tokens that are getting listed. And if you look at the charts, you actually see these tokens moving ahead of the announcement. Incredibly shady stuff. And at some point, look, we have to take it. There's nothing we can do about it. But the big influencers, the real cabal, let's say the cabal under the real cabal. The real cabal is the people building, the like Binance execs, and maybe a little lower, but the people building in Binance. The next level down is the cabal, the guys who influence us. They're not happy with this, and at some point you start hurting their bags, they're probably going to start talking. They're probably going to start doxing people, and that's exactly the kind of threats we're seeing out there right now. We'll have to get back to that, though, guys. Again, there's a little more spice here around all the fungibles. By the way, though, the SEC saying they're going to scrutinize these token listings. Maybe a little too late. And also, I see people rightly pointing out they're not based here in the U.S. I don't know what it is they're going to police here, other than maybe what shows on the U.S. platform. Ultimately, I don't get it. All right, more drama. This one sucks, and I'm going to mention, guys, I gave a heads up about this weeks ago. We're looking at a deleted tweet from Pastor Kelby, who is the man behind SCF. You guys remember Smoking Chicken Fish? Really, really scammy stuff going on here. TLDR. Okay, Pastor Kelby launched another SCF token, was trying to get holders to migrate to the other token. I guess it's been launching derivatives along the way too. And now Pastor Kelby gone. Scammer. You can absolutely call Pastor Kelby a scammer. He is that. I think I'm going to circle back to this too. Again, I want to put more time into the general fungible token conversation. But guys, I hope, okay, if you followed me into SCF, right, I did buy some back in the day, and I always mention when I buy. I also told you guys at one point that I think there's some shenanigans going on here, and I was hearing things behind the scene, and at the point, I couldn't say much. But I was definitely making it, I was trying to make it very clear, guys, that I was staying away from SCF, and I hope if you were in, maybe you took notice here. I hope. But yeah, Pastor Kelby, a really, really dirty guy. And I can say this. I see somebody like Benji saying he gave him over $10,000. This is what started setting off alarms for me, is him asking people for money, right? That's what I was hearing, again, weeks ago. He was in people's DMs asking them for money. And I think he was being kind of shitty if he didn't get it. And that was my big red flag, that something strange was going on here. Again, we'll come back to that. We got more drama to get to, believe it or not, guys. Now, this we talked about over the weekend, but the base situation with them banning people or getting people suspended over on Discord, it was a wild story. Now, this had to do with the Okaki NFT project. I think it's an NFT. It might be a fungible, but basically here, if you were in the base Discord, there was a mini raid. I hate to call it a raid because it was so harmless. It was people having fun. Honestly, I saw it. We had a video clip. Somebody showed us what happened. Some people from that community typing a little trolly at the very most. And out of nowhere, these accounts started getting banned. And deeper than that, that Okaki Discord server got shut down. If you were in that server, and maybe not even, maybe there was more, like my friend English, if you had some kind of association, your account was suspended for 24 hours. So wild stuff. We're past that at this point, right? Accounts are all re-enabled. Nobody's suspended at this point, but certainly was controversial over this weekend and certainly gave us a lot to be talking about. And man, I'll just say this base, Coinbase specifically, has been facing a lot more FUD here. Now, we did talk about this over the weekend too, and I'm bringing it back up kind of to set the record straight. We had people like Tyler Durden accusing Coinbase here of not holding or not being transparent with their Bitcoin holdings. And that's especially when it comes to the ETFs, right? Well, Brian Armstrong came out and said he made it clear that these ETF trades are settled on chain and they're settled within a 24-hour period. And he gave all kinds of, I don't want to say evidence, but he explained who audits it. He explained how it works and that it was always intended to work this way. Basically working as designed. Again, we talked about this, but I did want to point out that the initial tweet from Tyler Durden, it's deleted. So maybe he felt that tweet was doing more harm than good, and maybe he felt satisfied with Brian Armstrong's tweets, or maybe he got more info, or look, maybe I got a peek at his X account, and maybe he's posted something newer. Maybe he's got more insights here. But I did want to show you that Brian Armstrong addressed it, and that the initial tweet is gone. Hopefully that means everybody's happy here, and everybody feels, let's just say, more confident about what's going on here. All right, and then I'm going to end the update. By the way, we're not ending the show, ending the update here with something I'm really fucking excited about, guys. Again, also talked about this over the weekend, but I'm going to mention it here as part of the Chain Reactor show. Guys, if you like EVE Online, if you're like me and saw that as maybe the perfect ecosystem for a blockchain-based game, well, they are coming with a blockchain-based game, yes, directly from the EVE team. It's a game called EVE Frontier. I sound like it's sponsored, don't I? This sounds like a sponsored segment. I promise it's not. I'm going to reach out to them. Maybe they should sponsor. Anyway, in just a couple weeks, either a demo of the game or a beta of the game launches, but in a couple of weeks, we're going to be able to play this game called EVE Frontier. Again, this is an EVE Online spinoff built around blockchain tech with a token. But what's beautiful is it's building like the infrastructure or framework. Think of it almost like a blockchain that you yourself can go create on. You can launch your own token. You can build your own assets. You can build out your own microeconomy inside of the EVE Frontier economy. I'm sorry, dude. This gets my brain... it gets me feeling a certain kind of way because this is something that always made sense to me for a blockchain game. It's the EVE Online ecosystem. Well, here we go. It's coming. If you want details, guys, I guess just go find their X account, but hit me up. And if you guys are interested in maybe playing, maybe some of us should group together. right? Maybe some of us should do it because I'm interested, and believe it or not, Henry, my brother Henry the Grape, who's not a gamer, he's really interested in this. So maybe some of us get together and we start exploring this and learn it together. I think there's something really, really special here. Now, I'll end this by just saying their only problem is gamers don't like blockchain. For the most part, they don't. And blockchain people don't like complicated games. So they might have a little problem. They may have a very small core audience, but I'd be happy to be in that core audience. So I just wanted this on your guys' radar to start. We'll dive in. We'll see more about this over the next few weeks. I'm excited, though. Okay, let's dig through some comments. Appreciate you guys like crazy. I really do, man. You guys showing up and engaging and being a part of this show. I always say you guys are my co-host. I mean it, and I'll keep saying that. You guys are the second half of the show, so I really appreciate you guys. And again, a reminder, I see a bunch of you over in Spaces. You guys are welcome to come up and chat at any point here. Who else joined? I already got you guys. Let's see. Dead, Awful Like, Cosmos, Gravity. Ronan, you made it. We got to chat, Ronan, because I do want you on the show this week, if you're up for it. CZ is being released. Trying to bring it up that CZ's being released from prison. That's coming up in less than 2 weeks at this point. Yes, sir. Yep, going to be amazing. Cosmos, Fed Reserve supposed to cut interest rates this week. First time since COVID. Man, can't wait. That flight from hell. Hang on. I hope this doesn't turn you off, but whatever. I'm going to play that video as I'm going through comments.
Love story, baby, just say yes. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All is left is you to...
I'm not... guys, can you imagine 10 hours? 10 hours. 10 hours of that. Get the fuck out of here. I'm glad they're having fun. Dude, I used to... The cringe would have killed me back in the day. I don't give a fuck. I wish I were young and didn't give a shit. I'm definitely not giving a shit anymore, but I wish I were young and didn't give a shit then. I cared way too much. I wish I didn't give a fuck and just did what I wish. I wish. But it does look awful. Also, yeah, could that be bad for the... I don't know. Yeah, it seems like it. Can we find out what team is in charge of building the World Liberty? Yeah. I hope we do. I think we will. I think Farouk's a good guy to help us find that out, too. You know what I mean? I think Farouk will definitely play softball with Trump, but I hope he'll get some good stuff out of there. Again, Gravity thinking World Liberty is going to wreck normies. Now, World Liberty has a soulbound token. We don't know. It would make sense that they're going to... hang on. It's all coming together. You're right. World Liberty token is going to wreck normies. Here's the thing. The World Liberty token, I'm going to bet you, is a stable coin. It's a stable coin. It's not going to be something to speculate on. The trouble is going to be if they don't have the right currency or right whatever to back it. That's where you're fucked, and that's where I think RWAs come in. I think it's going to be backed by a bunch of RWAs. Or there's a bunch of other fungibles in that ecosystem that also are backed by RWAs, but I think they have made comments about stable coins. They have. The World Liberty or the Trump guys have made comments about stable coins. So they usually telegraph what's coming, so I think World Liberty is going to be a stable coin. That's my guess. But it is a platform. Yes, Cosmos. Well, let's start here. Okay. Here's the topics. Here's the order we got to get to stuff, guys. World Liberty. And obviously, we don't know a ton. We'll get to more of World Liberty stuff tomorrow for sure. But we're going to hit World Liberty. We're going to hit DeGods. And then we're going to get back to those fungible tokens and the scams and whatnot, because it is a little dirty. All right, nothing to say about the conferences other than just remember normally sales volume and NFT trading throttles back during conferences. So that's all we got to know there. Just expect a slower week for NFT sales. If it's not that, that's unusual, and I welcome it. Okay. More World Liberty stuff. I'm just peeking through a couple more comments here. Okay. Yeah, Awful Eye. Again, you guys, all of you, you're all welcome to hop up on Spaces, join the conversation. And China, well, I'll end comments right here and then I'll come back. No, still no mining on Pawn 0x yet. Not yet. Everybody's in the same spot. Load balancing, whatever. My only worry with that, I never have a concern with poly and scammy rug stuff. What I am worried about is we paid a week and a half ago. What if we get 2-3 weeks in and your month subscription is up and you've not been able to mine? Is he going to give another month free? Does the month start once it goes live? Or is he going to say, what the fuck ever, you got to pay again? And I could picture that happening. I could. Mostly because people will pay it. So, we'll see there. Okay. World Liberty. What do we know about it? Hang on, I lost that comment. I lost a comment. Okay, here we go. Awful lie. Hope World Liberty has really focused on security. Oh, that's a great point. Making sure the platform itself is secure. Making sure the number of people who, I mean, obviously, physically going after Trump. But how many people are going to try to hack this? I mean, can you imagine? This is not just going to be your everyday hacker that's probably got their eyes on this World Liberty platform. This is like at the government level, at the state level. This is North Korean hackers and Russian hackers, probably all looking to penetrate whatever this platform is. This better be some of the best security we've ever seen. Ever. All eyes are on that platform. Oh, man, you better believe it. Right? Even from your own like little lone wolf hackers, everybody who wants to make a name for themselves will probably be trying to get into that World Liberty platform. Imagine that. Imagine somebody gets in and drains whatever wallets are holding whatever tokens. Imagine that. And dude, just thinking down the road, it's for whatever reason, it's exactly how I picture it playing out. It's exactly how I picture it playing out. I do. Hang on, Dad, you think you're mining? Okay, yeah, I've not left that tab open. Maybe I should. Okay. By the way, and awful lie, Paulie is on Twitter quite a bit. He just has so many alt accounts. He keeps getting banned. I'll put up on screen which accounts he's using now. Okay, but World Liberty, we know it is RWAs. We know that. Not that they've announced that, guys, but on a Spaces with some of their advisors, and this is going back about a month. It was first being talked about kind of, whispers on X. But then during a Spaces with advisors, somebody there said it is RWAs, and it's not just Trump RWAs. It's going to be some other names. We don't know yet, but politicians, celebrities. I think you're going to see a lot more, and I think maybe this has a chance to blow people away. And if you think about it, Trump's kind of dabbled in tokenized assets. Kind of. Think about the suits, the pieces of suits he's included in his collectible card sets. Right? He's done this before. I think, maybe he wasn't telegraphing what was coming, but showed that he's interested in physical things through the blockchain. So, yeah, I think RWAs are a big part of World Liberty here. I think the biggest thing, though, is a stablecoin. Should I try to find this, or one of you guys? I'm curious if one of you guys can find this, but there was a comment from one of the Trumps about stablecoins and how important it was for the U.S. dollar. For the U.S. dollar to remain relevant, strong, whatever, we need stable coins, a U.S. stable coin to be used all around the world. So that was the thing that gave me a little indication that, oh shit, these guys are going the stable coin route. I think that's it. Again, they did mention a soulbound token. They said a non-tradable token, but yeah, that's a soulbound token to me. So it does sound like there's probably an NFT. Now, you know what that probably is some kind of identity, right? Some kind of ENS, some kind of World Liberty naming convention that probably is an NFT. Again, purely guessing. It just makes sense. And who cares? But that's my guess. Sorry, getting a little stimmy. We'll see. If anybody else has more details, great. I'd be curious. We're going to peek at their account real quick. Oh, I got to ask. Do you guys want a stream tonight? I'm tempted to do it. I especially want to do it if Henry or Joe is down. But are any of you even planning to tune into this tonight? Or are you going to catch, like, tomorrow, just get the Cliff Notes? I'm indifferent. I kind of want to do it. I definitely want to check it out. I'm just not sure if I want to do a stream for it. And by the way, over on the video, we're peeking through some of their latest advisors here. I don't know any of these people. Not that I would or should, but Sandy Pang, Luke Pearson. I know none of these people. Raphael Jacobi. What's interesting is some of these people work for platforms I've never heard of too. At all. So, Cryptoggle, founder of GlueNet. Yeah, I've never heard of these people or their products, their platforms. None of it. All right, well, we'll wait. We'll see what happens tonight. Again, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. At the very least, I'll be listening, maybe streaming. So keep your eyes out for that. All right, DeGods. It's DeGods time. Who here has a DeGod? Or a Ute? Who's in the DeGods or Utes community? And who actually is excited about this? And who actually bought some last night? Because yesterday, the token actually did go live. Now, I don't know if it was a pre-sale or the swap is actually live. And we're going to pull that up. Let's pull up the chart. That's not the right one. Here, let's see if we can find this here. It might be on Jupiter. But here you go, guys. We broke it down before. We'll go a little more into it here. Utes, DeGods, Dust all convert to the DeGod token here. I don't know. I actually think this is pretty bullish, guys. Let me start with just a basic reason why. And again, we already went over what the 404 is. It's a fungible token and an NFT. Here's the breakdown again. 550,000 DeGod of the token equals a DeGod NFT. I'm telling you, I love it. Simply, guys, because you can re-roll your NFT. You can re-roll and get traits that you like. I think that's incredibly fun. And if nothing else, it's just that. But this, I guess the other parts of it, actually, they're doing this wrong, guys. Think about this. The other part is they should be gating their Discord, or they're actually a Telegram now. They should be gating a Telegram to people who hold the NFT, but they're not. They're actually gating it and allowing in anybody who has any of the token, the DeGod token, which kind of feels like a missed opportunity, kinda. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking through that live. I don't know. There should be something a little more exclusive for DeGod NFT holders. I believe that. Somehow you got to incentivize having the DeGod NFT. That said, it's not like some, as far as I know, my experience with 404s, it's not like there's like an action you have to go through to get the NFT, right? The way it works is if you buy 550,000 of this token, an NFT just shows up in your wallet, right? You're not going through any kind of process. That's my understanding, and that's how it worked when I was in the Pallet 404. It was the ERC 404 over on Base. You held one full token, a Pallet NFT shows up in your wallet. You dip below a number, and it's burned. And I believe, man, I'm trying to think if that still shows in your wallet, but you don't have access to sell it. If any of you guys have a different experience, or I should say even more hands-on with 404s, curious to hear from you guys. But that was my experience. You don't do anything other than buy the token itself, and when you have the correct amount, you get the NFT in your wallet. It's that simple. Now, Utes holders is who I really feel bad for. Those guys, and some of them spent a lot of money on Utes, a lot. Their Ute is valued at basically a fifth of the DeGod. And probably that makes sense price-wise, but for whatever reason, that feels bad. Now, nobody has to burn their Ute. You like the NFT, great, but there's no re-rolling Utes at all. There's no re-rolling those guys. It's a one-way street for Utes. You burn the token, your NFT's gone. Yikes. Now, how does that work exactly? I probably got to dive into that ecosystem a little more hands-on. There's probably got to be a process. Yeah, there's a process. There has to be a process to take your Ute, you burn it, you get the 120,000 DeGod. You don't get 120,000 just for holding the Ute. That's the way it probably works, right? You didn't just get airdrop token. You have to burn your Ute, then you get the 120,000. So you need 5 of these, basically. You basically need 5 Utes to get a DeGod now. Breaking news. Hang on. Can I do that over, guys? Can I do that over? Hang on. Pretend that didn't happen. Hang on. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Hang on, pretend that didn't happen either. Hang on. Breaking news. Biden calls for more resources for Secret Service after the second Donald Trump assassination attempt. Protect the guy. Keep him alive. You just got to keep him alive for 2 more months. Come on, you guys can do it. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, back to DeGods. All right. Are you burning? Are you holding your NFT? Do you give a shit? Does this matter? Guys, the DeGods token got to $100 million market cap when this went live. Yes, sir. It really, really did. Frank is a master of getting attention, and that's kind of all that matters in this ecosystem. Attention. Did they just kick the can further down the road? Have they just extended their bleeding out period? Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what happened here, and I like it. I like them staying fresh and current. I think anybody kidding themselves that they should be doing this, they should be doing that, they should have been doing this thing and building this way and bringing value, it doesn't work. None of it works. We have seen time and time again, it doesn't work. Here's the process. DeGods, debridge again, destroy. I love it. I love it. Frank's a maniac. Don't you for a second think Frank is building, though. Frank ain't a builder. No disrespect either. None. It's totally fine. That's just not Frank. He is not a guy who's going to build a product or platform. Now, Frank could put a lot of people around him who do build, and he could have built something, but also, again, building in this space is a meme. There is no building. There's no real building going on here. And I say that a little tongue-in-cheek, but for the most part, there's nothing real. There's nothing of substance. There isn't really building here. All right, Easy did a pretty good breakdown here. Rarity doesn't come into play anymore. All DeGods are worth the same, so RIP to anybody who played the Rarity game here. Again, I like it. It is the Utes that are pretty well fucked here. You burn it, it's gone for good, man. So the Ute supply is only going to go down. That's a one-way street. Ute supply goes down and down and down. DeGod supply, we don't know what that could be. In fact, hang on, I'm going to bring up a calculator here. Okay, I think, hang on, the DeGods token, how many are there? I think I saw 21 billion. And if that's the case, this is interesting. I think those numbers are correct, by the way. I think. If somebody wants to fact check me here, I believe it's a 21 billion token supply for the DeGods token. If so, then the maximum supply, and nobody's talking about this yet, the max supply of DeGods has gone from a 10,000 edition collection up to a 38,000 edition collection. If somebody wants to fact check me there, I'd be curious. Otherwise, if I misread it and it's 21 million, not billion, I think that brings us down to an 8,000 edition collection. So let me try that out. 21 million divided by 550,000. No, I think that's wrong. I'm pretty darn sure. Let me do this again. Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. DeGods is now a 38,000 edition collection. Okay, I'm going to double check this because that's actually interesting. Okay. Anybody happen to have the contract address of this DeGods token? And if not, I'm going to find it here real quick. But this would be interesting to know. That supply just increased tremendously. While I'm looking, talk amongst yourself, but has this ever worked? Pranksy, I think, calling it what it is, right? I think he's pretty honest. Releasing a token tends to be the final roll of the dice for any NFT collection. And it applies, yes, to blue chips or your throwaway collections. And continuing here, he's struggling to remember it going well beyond a temporary pump and some exit liquidity. Man, I really want to check that chart. Okay, give me a sec. I do want to find this. Man, what is the contract address? We got to find this bad boy. All right, we're getting closer. Okay. Yeah, I don't know still. 21 billion, does it sound right, guys? Oh, hang on. Let's peek at this wallet. We're getting there. I'm sorry, I think it's a big deal if the DeGods supply 10 billion. Okay, here we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, there we go. The DeGods supply, the DeGods collection is now 18,000. So the DeGods collection is almost doubled. Whirly Girl, great question, great point. The question is, why would outsiders be interested in joining in? Absolutely right. You're now playing it purely for a speculative play. You're playing it for exchange listings. You're playing it simply for it to be a shitter that pumps. The end, right? Or you're buying it to go buy some of their merch, but do you care? If you're not a DeGod holder, do you care? Do they have a mechanic in there that transacting burns some DeGod? It is interesting the supply of DeGods has jumped, though. Does it matter? I don't know. I don't know, but interesting at the very least. Okay, what's our total number here? 18,181. I like it. I like it. Actually, I like it a lot. I think I like everything about this. I normally argue, it's not just talking out of both sides of my mouth, which I kind of am. I argue that 10K edition collections are already too big. I do. I argue that, and I believe it, unless you're doing this. Unless you're doing a 404, unless you're giving people fractionalized ownership of this. Imagine if CryptoPunks did this. Imagine. Can you imagine head spinning? Oh man, this is interesting. I'm double checking my math here. I just want to be sure. 21 million. I think I fucked up again. Oh, I'm an idiot. Not 21. 10. Okay. Yeah, no, it's correct. 18,000. All right. Sorry, just doing the math, doing the numbers. wrap my head around it. I like it. I do. I actually like it. I like it if it weren't DeGods. And I like it that it is DeGods. I like them playing around. I like them experimenting. But the more we understand about it, the better. Owning that is now owning a fraction of a DeGod. Having a stake in the collection, which is now a very, very, very large collection. Pranksy doesn't love it. Even though he didn't say it, I think it's clear he doesn't love it. Gordon Goner weighing in too. No idea if the DeGods move is going to work long term. Almost nothing does. And spot on Gordon Goner. This is, in a way, this is Frank kind of cutting to the chase. Nothing you do actually matters. Nothing you do matters. Nothing. Doesn't matter if you build. Doesn't matter if you sit around and do what Frank's doing. Evolve the art, downgrade the art, move from Discord to Telegram. It doesn't matter what you do at all. It doesn't matter other than capturing attention. That is the only thing that matters. And man, did they capture attention. Again, $100 million market cap as of yesterday. Down now, probably in the, I think last I saw, 60, 70 mil. What else are you going to do that's going to bring value? Is there anything? I'd argue no. There's like literally nothing you do makes price go up. Nothing. Unless you make it a true utility token. Like a true utility token that also, again, has a burn element to it. As in, you using this token for something like legit, right? Using the token actually burns supply. That would be awesome. That'd be really, really cool. Yeah, Gordon's right. It's entertaining. It's entertaining. That's all it is, but I think that's enough in this space. Keep people entertained and keep them liquid, which is very important. As long as you can, if you can do that, you keep some people around. Lemon, it's a great point there, too. Lemon, it's just that if the supply of the token, so yeah, in theory, there's more DeGod supply. What I mean is there's a max of that many that can be held at once, right? But the actual NFTs cycled infinitely, right? Again, because when as far as I know, if they're doing this the way that 404s work, it's not like there's a supply of 18,000 sitting out there. It's just that it'll mint new ones. In theory, you could have 100 million different DeGods. I guess probably the right way to word it is a maximum of 18,000 people could own a DeGod, like a full DeGod NFT. Maybe that's the better way to look at it. So at the most, there can be 18,000 DeGod NFT holders. But again, in theory, the number of them created, minted, whatever, never ends. Never ends. But yeah, Utes holders wrecked. Man, I absolutely feel for Ute holders. Those guys, if you went rarity hunting, in fact, people are kind of memeing this out there. There's a lot of posts out there showing NFTs that aren't a Ute, but saying this guy just bought this for 200,000. Oh, actually, guys, that Jakey dude over on Solana, I think he used, if this is real, but people mention whatever NFT project he's associated with, he spent a lot of the mint funds on minting or buying a rare Ute. I want to say, guys, like $200,000+ on a rare Ute. And I guess at the time, that would have equaled 47 Utes. Imagine that. That guy wrecked. His one rare is worth, what was it, 120,000 of the DeGods token, as opposed to the 47 that he could have had times 120,000 DeGods tokens. Ouch. Oh, man. Veritas, awesome freaking point. In a week, forgotten about. It is. All this is really doing is growing their Telegram group, which is just an alpha group. More people join their alpha group. That's all this actually does. That's it. What's up, DeYank? Good to see you. That's all this does. That's all it does. Now we'll see what other exciting things Frank can do and offer and switch to and whatever, man, you know. Frank's a nut. He's great at getting attention. Let's see if he's got connections. Let's see if he's got some people around him that can build. Let's see if they can do something more with a fungible token that he couldn't do with an NFT, but I'm not so sure. Guys, am I wrong? Am I wrong for thinking the DeGods own a basketball team? Right? Don't they own one of those, what is it, Big Three or something like that? Now, this could be interesting. Buy tickets to the game, to their games, maybe in courtside seats or something. Buy it with the tokens burned. Right? They could do something interesting like that. They could. Or it's courtside seats or a season pass or season ticket or whatever. You have to own the NFT. Pulls those fungible tokens basically out of circulation. Right? There's stuff he could do. There's stuff that Frank could do in the DeGods ecosystem. There's a way to make this actually work and to make it kind of cool. So, Lemon, isn't 404 on ETH? So Solana came up with their own 404. So you're right. If 404s did start on ETH, the ERC 404, and then OX quit, and a few other guys made the DN 404. But Solana copied it, right? So Solana copied it. They've got their 404 standard now. And yeah, Frank needs... I saw this probably a month or two ago. What did Frank do with mint funds, guys? What... They made, I think, $7 million from their mint. Where did that go? Where did that money go? Anybody asking that anymore? Anybody care? Maybe that's the better question. Does anybody care? I think it's fair to be asking. What happened to that $7 million? Why does this man still need more money, more liquidity? Think of that. Think of how many, just guessing, I have no idea. But wouldn't you assume Frank's got a big old bag of DeGods sitting out somewhere that now he's super liquid, right? Frank, whenever he wants now, can just swap out DeGods token for some SOL and cash it right on out. Yeah. Whirly girl, yeah. What do you do with that money? Through parties with it? Drinks booze out of a shoe? Yeah. Yep. I do think a 404 collection is going to cook. Right? I pointed out this morning on the Crypto Slam account, the second best selling NFT collection on ETH this year, it's a 404. It's the Pandora 404 collection, guys. 193 million in sales volume this year, only behind the CryptoPunks. Now they get that first mover advantage, and they were the hyped thing earlier this year. But there's something to it. Are we on the same page here at least that there's something interesting about 404s? It's just going to take the right person and the right project and the right utility to make it work. And I don't know that Frank has cracked that code here yet. But that said, it is interesting. And while Frank's not the guy to do it, if Frank gets other people copying this too, maybe it's a net positive at that point. It could. We'll see. We'll see. As of now, look, you got arbitrage plays here. That's all this is at this point. Play the LP. See if price, and this does happen, by the way, with 404s. Again, hands-on from playing with Palette. There are periods of times where the NFT floor price versus the amount of token you need for the NFT, so we'll do the 550,000, get so out of whack, as in USD value, or again, NFT listing price. What if the NFT listing price for a DeGod drops below whatever 550,000 DeGods token is worth? And that does happen. And you will see, guys. In fact, I would be shocked if they aren't already planning for this, right? Gamifying, and I mean it like kind of shady gamifying, floor prices on marketplaces for the NFT. Right? Pump the NFT way up. And then you go, what do? Buy the fungible token, sell the fungible token. There's a way to play opposite sides here. NFT floor price down, buy the NFT, sell it for the DeGods token, sell the DeGods token. There's all kinds of arbitrage opportunities with 404s. I saw it with Palette get so far out of whack that you literally could do that. Go buy the NFT on a marketplace, sell the fungible token, go back to the marketplace, buy another NFT. And as long as you're cashing out along the way, man, you can actually play an ecosystem like this and make some money here. So some cool opportunities. Again, let's just see if Frank could actually build something, like do something cool with this. It's possible. It's really, really, really possible here. I don't care. I'm not in the ecosystem. I'm not going to buy the fungible token. And Whirly Girl, that is a great point. By the way, good morning, Skullbutter. I like the name, by the way. Cool name. Has anyone considered whether this converts NFTs into securities? Yeah, I would imagine it does. The SEC has said fractionalized assets are securities. This is a fractionalized NFT. It is. To me, these are instantly securities now. That's what I think. That's what the SEC thinks. Fractionalized assets are securities. I actually disagree with the way they're thinking. I really do. Resiat, good morning. I disagree. I do. I disagree, but that is what they say. So yeah, I think you're instantly looking at a security here. Frank is based in the United States. I don't think this is great for Frank. I don't know if this is great for people holding it too. I think it's kind of a problem here. Okay, let's see. 41,000 unique holders of this token. Again, 18,000 max holders of the NFT. Max. I think this is kind of obsolete already. This was as of yesterday. But a breakdown, guys. We're looking at a breakdown of the token supply. Who holds it? 85,000 was between holders. 10% between exchanges, MMMs, marketing. 5% for Bonding Curve, Radium, and Sniper. It's a marketplace over on Solana, which I've been using lately, actually. I like it. But yeah, we'll see. I'm sure that's not the last we've heard. And to whoever said it before, to their point, in in a week, nobody's going to talk about it. I'm sure. You know, maybe at that point we're talking the other fungible tokens, which have been a shit show. We might get a little into NEIRO here, a little more. We kind of covered most of that. As in, insiders tipped off about these token listings. Baby Doge, the other NEIRO. The other NEIRO, by the way, it does have a cool enough narrative, guys, but this certainly feels like some kind of insider play. The other NEIRO that got listed, I'm going to pull up the token. NEIRO on ETH at least, which I have. I own a bag of that. The other NEIRO that got listed is, they call themselves, and you can verify this on chain too, but they said they are the first Ethereum NEIRO. So they got a narrative. But look what happened to our sweet baby NEIRO once this happened. Once this listing happened, this happened to NEIRO on ETH, which got back to a $200 million market cap last week when they got perps listed on Binance. Now with this other NEIRO, the first NEIRO on ETH listed, boom. Not dead, but not good. And actually consider this, guys. The fact that Binance listed perps for this NEIRO and spot trading for the other NEIRO, they're not going to list another NEIRO, are they? Right? Binance is not going to take this NEIRO and allow you to trade spot over on Binance. They're not going to confuse holders with two NEIRO tokens, are they? So that could have killed our bags, my bags, but bags of the NEIRO guys here. That's actually really, really bad. Really bad for this NEIRO token. So we'll see how that plays out, but not good. Not a good look. Not a good look, not a good... That's not a good play. Youch. Ouch, man. Yeah, guys like Kook wrecked, who also manipulated this stuff like crazy. So I feel bad because it's my bags too, but do you feel bad for guys who also were manipulating the market? I mean, to a small degree, I feel bad. Again, that's my bags talking. Smoking chicken fish is... It's a much crazier story, guys. Man, oh man. Any of you guys have SCF still? Whirly Girl, could this have been unintentional? It could have been unintentional. They receive applications. It feels dirty, Whirly Girl. Their applications for listing are so subjective, right? They get the applications. They don't list them in any order. I know you know this, but they don't just list them once they get the application. They pick and choose what they want to list and how and what's the criteria and when they're going to list it. And they know what's going on, right? They know the other NEIRO tokens out there. This is some probably, high-level fuckery is my understanding. And this is where Whirly Girl gets interesting. That you got guys, I don't know this guy, Mr. Hash, by the way, at all. At all, but the fact that people are heated about this. Heated about it listing, getting announced early. So heated about that, but feeling just this absolute crazy, you say it right there, Cats, manipulation. On both sides. Manipulation on both sides. From Kook and all those other holders to the Binance guys. The Binance people directly seem to be really doing some shady stuff here. And all the meme coins are like it. Again, like SCF. SCF, I got to imagine, is dead now, right? I got to imagine SCF is just cooked. $30 million market cap. Man, ugly chart. Ugly chart. This is, let me see the date here, but I'm assuming this is right around the rug. Yeah. Well, interesting seeing this pump here. This was on the 13th, 3 days ago. And then absolutely decimated here. So I'm trying to remember Pastor Kelby's tweet. Binance is shady, yeah. So we can't see it, but Pastor Kelby was basically explaining swap your token. I think in this announcement, in this tweet that's now deleted, I think Pastor Kelby was announcing a swap your token for this new SCF token, almost like. Oh, hey, Lazarus, thank you, sir. I don't know if you're here in the chat, but you are. Lazarus, you're welcome to come up here, but he's chiming in. He tweeted some more details here. Not a rug. SCF didn't rug the OG dev pastor, turned out. Yeah, okay, you're right. I think I think the title wasn't super accurate. You're right. SCF is not a rug. Kelby is the rugger. The community itself is that I've always seen. I'm in their group chat, like really good guys. Like they're actually really hurt by this guy. So I'm glad you pointed that out. That is absolutely worth saying. I like it. The SIG stays lit. Yes, Pastor Kelby is the shady guy. Again, Pastor Kelby was in people's DMs asking for money, like a contribution to him. He'd probably phrase it without having been on the receiving end of one of those. Probably looked at it like a donation to the movement, and talked about how much work he was putting in and that he needed some help to keep this thing rocking. Right? DMs to people asking for money though. I want to make that clear. I want to make sure people see that, Lazarus. Yeah. SCF, not the rug. It's Kelby, who again deleted his account after who knows what. I don't know yet. I don't know yet what Kelby did. I don't know if people sent him the token for a swap and then he sold off his token. I'm not sure yet. But Pastor Kelby, a shady motherfucker. Shady motherfucker. And again, we were hearing this weeks ago. It's why I was given those alerts. I didn't want to tell you people. I didn't want to tell you guys that he was asking people for money, but that was my big time sign of, oh man, don't get back in. At that point, I was already out of SCF, but I was absolutely looking to get back in. I like the community. I like the movement. I like the meme. It's still got great holders. Raoul Powell's still holding, and Rasmer still doing his thing IRL with it. And Ansem, I don't know if he's in it still or not. I don't remember Ansem's involvement here. So I always liked them, and I always saw the potential here. But a guy like Pastor Kelby, who made himself the face of this thing, that scared me off. And rightfully so now that we see what he is. He also had this drama that came up probably about a month ago, a few weeks back, saying his significant other cheated on him, right? So he was playing this sympathy thing. At the same time, he was asking for money, by the way. and was using that as an excuse for him, like, taking a step back, being a little less public. Reality is he was scamming and being shady, and that's why he was throttling back. And obviously scheming here too. So yeah, I want to make this really clear. These comments not directed at SCF or the community, all 100% at Pastor Kelby. Shady dude. Glad he's gone, and I hope he truly is gone. Although, I imagine somebody like this is still here in the space and dabbling, and I wouldn't be shocked DMing people and trying to fuck with people still. Under alt accounts. Shady guy. Shady guy, and those are the people we do not need in this space here. Dude, by the way, Easy's been great with his breakdowns and stuff. I really like it. There you go. A meme coin about a smoking chicken fish, which became a church. Imagine if he actually got a church. Like a legal church, which he could continue doing his shady shit around. I love it. You get brothized. The chat's hilarious, by the way. Like, funny fuckers there. Easy, not accusing, but saying rug their pastor being paid, which is Kelby. So saying the SCF community did not pay Pastor Kelby, although he's begging in DMs. Pastor took it as a personal attack, launched a new coin, pumped it to a $2 million market cap. I thought Kelby was doxxed, guys. I thought Pastor Kelby was already doxxed. Ooh, this man's gonna be fucked, isn't he? All right, Kelby deletes his Twitter. Rugs the relaunch. Yikes. Oh, man, I don't have that contract address, but I wonder how much money he walked away from. I wonder what that chart looks like. What a shady man. Jesus Christ. Well, okay, I hope SCF isn't dead. Dude, Whirly Girl, yes, he said he was going to launch a church. Absolutely. Start a church. Get all those kind of tax write-offs, those tax loopholes. Absolutely, that's what he was trying to do. This guy's a piece of work. He is something. Yeah, it's a bad guy right there. It's a bad dude. Anyway, I think more developments in SCF are probably on the horizon here too. I'm sure this is not the end of the story in a good way. I hope as a community token, which I guess in hindsight it always was, I hope with the bad actors out, and again, those big names I mentioned, hopefully with that it can carry this thing forward. Hopefully this can do something special. It was a great meme. SCF was a great meme. So now the question is, as Kook is saying here, are memes dead, man? Is it dead? Is it over? And I'll tell you this, I don't think so. I don't think so. When this market comes cooking again, and I think it will, rate cuts help. Don't forget the FTX stimmy coming here in a couple months. 13 billion all the way up to 16 billion. We don't know exactly yet, but a big old stimmy hopefully making it to this space. And when it does, it's an interesting little write-up here, by the way. And he's right. Kook is right here. TLDR, Kook saying just hold the blockchain token, hold SOL, hold ETH, hold whatever the token is of the blockchain. That's the only thing that has the potential to go up and up and up. The individual things, the now meta, those they don't really last. Although, in the same way, I know that NFTs are a forever thing, right? They're down. They ain't out. Same thing with meme coins. Meme coins will never, ever, ever die. Ever. So, Kook, I think this is just kind of engagement. Memes are definitely coming back this cycle. Maybe not as big as they were, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not so sure. So, fingers crossed for FCF. World Liberty's got a tweet here. We at World Liberty Financial, along with tens of millions around the globe, are deeply thankful to President Trump and everyone involved that everyone remained unharmed yesterday. Trump's been a visionary leader, not just for the country, now for the cryptocurrency movement. You know what? He's kind of done more for crypto than 95% of those out there. He has, even though he's not done anything yet. Making it part of this mainstream conversation is a big, big, big deal. Man, details tonight. Details tonight. I cannot wait. Big night for crypto here. A couple little tidbits. I should have thrown this up a little earlier, but this is Utes guys explaining how fucked they got from everything. So, and they did. So RIP to Utes holders. And then Udi, Bullpost, and Catnip. We'll end on this, guys. But Udi, Bullpost, and Catnip, some features of this Catnip protocol whenever it does launch on Bitcoin. Trade with bids and partial fills. No fees on failed transactions. These are verified by Bitcoin nodes. You can have L1 liquidity pools and AMMs, bridge off chain. Fuck the indexers. It's going to be interesting. Catnip's going to be a very, very awesome thing. Very awesome. Bullish on Udi, bullish on anything Udi's building. Catnip sounds like a winner, man, so I'm here. I'm a believer. All right, one last look at the collection rankings, and then we are out. All right, there's DeGods still at the number 1 spot. Still cooking. Look at that. Almost, let's say almost 2 million in volume between the 3 collections. DeGods Utes, DeGods on ETH. Love to see it. No, Cosmos. CZ released soon. Back and posted Binance. No, CZ's been banned from ever having any kind of position at Binance again. So will CZ... CZ said he would advise. So it maybe advise Binance, but probably advising others. But will CZ launch another exchange? That could be. But no, CZ will never, ever, ever, ever be back at Binance, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. So yeah, keep that in mind. I just think CZ being back gives us one of our main characters, and I'm certainly looking forward to that, you know? If people are tweeting CZ back at Binance, they just don't know. But yeah, it is the truth. He will never be back at Binance. Let's see. Seeing reports that WorldLife WLFI, it's a new token built on Aave, locked in use for compounding. Interesting. Okay. Project Insiders hold 70% of pre-mine. Yeah, not shocked. Cosmos, just about him being... I just think people are excited about him being released at the end. Just the fact that CZ will be maybe more active in the space again, I think it ends there, right? Anthony, good morning, sir. Good to see you, man. Love this guy. That's it. Just people excited for him to be out. Narrative stuff, whatever. Just people kind of willing something to be a narrative. So he'll be out in about 2 weeks, but not back at Binance. So we'll see. All right, guys. Well. I hope your day's fantastic. I hope it's a great one. We'll see what else comes up today. What could be happening that's interesting. As stories break, whatever happens, man. Awful Eye, sorry, I did not notice. Malibu rocked by earthquakes. Awful Eye's got a really cool generative art piece that is reactive to real-world earthquakes. So it's called Fault Lines. When there's an earthquake, you check the piece, and it's registered, and you've got a new, fresh iteration, output, whatever, on your fault line. It's really cool. It's really cool. Thank you, Skullbutter. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, guys, enjoy the day and anything that comes up today. I'm going to go live over on Inside NFTs, cover the stories for a few minutes, right? We'll get into that rhythm this week, right? That channel's not dying off. We stream this weekend. We'll stream throughout the day here. Just, again, as things happen. And then it'll be live back on here on SlamX Official on YouTube, on SlamXIO over on X this afternoon with Henry the Grape and Joe. Talk all today's stories. We'll get a little political today, I have a feeling. That's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, again, right here on SlamX. Guys, before you head out, smash the like. It helps a ton. It really, really helps. So smash the like. Enjoy your morning. We'll see you in the afternoon, guys. See ya.